Go ahead, take us in, Grant.
I'm not recording yet.
We are.
Yeah.
Are we?
Is my right. Welcome to Bones, Twigs and Wigs.
Damn, baby.
The podcast about music.
Sometimes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Bones, Twigs and Wigs, featuring Steven, aka Twigs.
Hello.
Nice Jimi Hendrix shirt, buddy.
I know, it looks similar to something I've seen you wear, I believe.
I know, right? Except it looks a little tighter on me. I am Grant, aka Wigs from Australia. Hello.
He's free.
And at least from my point of view, down on the bottom screen is Johnny, aka Bones, who has a very special announcement, I believe.
Hello.
Regarding some fun little merch-related content we have to share.
Johnny, your table's on fire. Your table's on fire. Just because. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's on. Oh, okay. No, you scared the crap out of me, man.
I know.
Oh, you asked, what is this?
Mm.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard someone say, "Oh, what do you have in your hand?"
Yeah, what is that?
That is the Bones, Twig, and Wig coffee mug, baby. You like that? Yes, sir.
I love that.
Good. I like it.
Yeah, man. Oh, and let's turn it around. Oh, it's not over yet. Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yes,
So,
sir.
if anybody would like a Bones, Twigs, and Wigs mug, go to our Instagram page at Bones, Twigs, Wigs.
Yeah, come holler at us.
Yeah, holler at us, and Johnny will make one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
will.
depending on
Also,
which country you're in.
make sure to be clear about which character you want on the mug. Like if
Right.
you want, because we each have our own personal cartoon,
Mm-hmm.
which we're all very proud of.
Yeah, come DM us. Just
If
hit us up in the DM, and we'll talk price.
Can I get one of? I want one of Steve.
Well, all right, I guess.
I want one of Steve.
Okay,
We
so
all want one of
nobody-
Steve. Everyone's gonna want Steve, and
Yeah,
no one wants
nobody-
me.
nobody
I've got
wants
a
Grant,
lobster in my pocket, and
Yeah, crazy.
But if you ordering it and if you're in Europe, I'll send it to you. If you're over towards Australia, then Grant can send it to you. If you're in America, Johnny can send
That's
it.
true.
Like we've got a worldwide network.
Yeah,
Of-
if you're not
mug-
in
mug-
those
mug
three
struggling.
places, if you're not in those three places, you're just SOL. So
you're
Yeah.
on your own.
yeah, you're on your own, but
Yeah, Canadian. Sorry. Yeah.
sorry,
If you're in
Canada.
They're not even a real country anyway. What?
And if you're from
Anyway.
Belgium, you're not allowed to. You don't have your own language. So
What are you talking about?
we took
Now, anyway, we're back with another episode of Vinyl Impressions. Now, somewhat of a somber Vinyl Impressions, but also somewhat of a late Vinyl Impressions. Because, like we've said a couple of times in the quite recent past, is the three of us live in three very different time zones. And as I found out today, organizing this particular one, when daylight savings changes, it's a real bitch.
Yes, sir.
At least this time of the year, when I go into daylight savings and Johnny goes out, Stephen just kind of stays the same. He's just kind of matches Johnny all the time. But for me, what we're doing right now is we were doing the 10 a.m. slot for Johnny, which is usually a midnight slot for me.
Yeah.
I realized about 3 or 4 hours ago, when it was getting about like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., that it's not 12 a.m. anymore. Because Johnny has just come out of daylight savings and I've just gone into it. It's now 2 a.m. for me. So luckily I don't sleep. I'm like a vampire. So it all works out. But because we have to deal with all these time zones, sometimes we're a little late to the party when we're trying to be festive or punctual or, pick another adjective. But it's a somber one today because we're doing this one in tribute to the late and great Eddie Van Halen, who passed away, I think, maybe 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah,
I think,
it's been
yeah.
about well, let's look it up.
October,
Let's be exact.
beginning of October.
Yeah,
October 6th.
towards the end of October, right?
Yeah, so over a month ago now.
Oh,
yeah,
over a month.
yeah.
Oh, my God, we're really late.
Yeah, man, time flew, man. But you know, we had to finish that Jimmy.
Which was
Jimi
already a
Hendrix
month
joint.
late as well.
Yeah, I know. We're just a month
right.
behind. It's okay though. This
Yeah.
year, it's okay. Everything's a month behind. This year doesn't count.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
And also, like the podcast is available on demand, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can watch it in whatever order you like.
That's the thing.
Suckers.
But it did give us time to actually discuss which Van Halen album we should have a look at, because
True.
I have all of them.
Oh snap!
I have
Well,
none
you
of
know,
them.
I have all of them. For those just listening, I'm throwing up the quotation hand signals there because some of them don't count.
What?
We'll discuss this a little bit more in depth as we go on, but there's essentially 2.5 different types of Van Halen. There's the original Van Halen, there's Van Hagar, and there's the Van Halen that did Van Halen 3 with the guy that did More Than Words. Ugh. That album sucked, so that one doesn't count. But Van Hagar, you can make an argument for, and so we went with. I guess I kind of like this choice because to me it seems like the happy medium between the two good versions of Van Halen. We've gone with also the most inappropriate album cover I've ever seen. 1984 with
Love
the
that.
Smoking Angel Baby.
Right. The
amazing.
Pudo, if I'm
Yes.
pronouncing it right.
Yep.
The Pudo or Pudo?
Oh, it's Puto. No, hang on a minute. Puto means shit, doesn't it?
I don't know.
No, puto means bitch
Bitch,
Well,
sorry.
in Spanish.
It's Italian. It's Italian. It says
I thought he was
Pudo.
smoking. I thought he was smoking Marlboros. It does. Yeah, but it's a smoking baby
Right,
with
he
angel
just smoke-
wings.
He's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah. That's a smoking angel baby.
Yeah. It's like a little chair.
But if you flip it, it's a classic Van Halen style album
Yeah.
cover.
Oh, I've never
this
seen
is-
that one.
The wind machine going
is
there for
this is
David.
the one that I remember.
Wow. Okay.
So, and the funny thing is, because it flips like this, it doesn't kind of go horizontally. You know, like you have to. I don't know which one's the front cover.
Oh,
No,
right,
the
right.
baby's
very-
definitely front. But
I think the baby, because it has their name on it. But,
Yeah.
but then it has the album's name on the other side.
Mhm.
But I don't
Yeah,
know. But if you went to say Van Halen 1 or Van Halen 2, like it's always, this is a classic Van Halen thing. Like you've got the four guys in the four corners.
Mhm.
Pretty straightforward. And then on the other side, Smoking Angel Baby.
Yeah.
Um,
Man, that
what else have we
album
got in terms of
cover is
artwork? We've
fire.
got
they covered it
I
in
don't know
England,
what
though.
this-
They put like the label. I'm not sure if it's the price label or whatever, but they put a label over the cigarette in England because
Really?
that was like a big no-no. And they'd be like, no. So they put
Yeah,
labels
and-
over it.
And I wanted to get
Yeah,
into
fair.
that too because I was kind of curious to see how did the world feel when that album came out about just seeing a baby on the cover of an album smoking a cigarette. Now I mean he wasn't even smoking it really, he was just holding it. You know what I'm saying?
He's
He
just
could have been
holding
holding
it.
it for his dad.
It's a photograph as well, originally.
Like, hey, I'll be right back. Hold my cigarette. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know.
well, I'm not sure. I
Right.
was born in 89, not 83.
Steve
Steven?
knows.
I know. I was there. I actually took the photograph. It was my first job as a photographer. I'd been working on slate and etchings for 50, 60 years at that point, but I got my first
That's why-
camera. And,
That's why they pay you the big bucks, brother.
yeah, my great grandson happened to walk in when I was smoking, so I was like, go for it,
Like, hey,
puto.
Get
And,
on, get on up here. Get on. Take this picture. Hold this cigarette.
Yeah, hold this cigarette. There you go. And I made
Van Halen.
£1.57 and a goat. That's what I got paid for that. It was good.
And a goat.
All the people in my village were so happy. Oh,
Well, it's a lot of mouths that you can feed with the
we
goat.
did, and
right?
we built a ceremonial wall that year. The wall is still there. We go down every year and take a brick out and celebrate.
Oh
It's-
god.
It's my favorite brick.
I like that. That was some pretty good riffage right there. Well done.
Thank you.
Now,
Hilarious.
this album cover I like as well because it taught me a very valuable lesson. It taught me that my Roman numeral reading is pretty shit.
Yeah.
So hang on, let me see if I get that. I don't know if you can see it because it's kind of bright, but
Is it MCML? What was it? Because
triple X, 4. You know.
Okay, yeah, 4 at the end.
So L. So I guess L would have to be 50. I don't know because
Well, then you got
then you
three
have
after
3
something.
because then you have 3 X's
Which is
and
30.
4. So 3 X's will be 30. So 30. So I'm trying to work backwards here. So it's like then I guess L would be 50. MCM.
I mean, it's like a millennium, so 1,000. So that's like 19 is in.
Yeah. So maybe it's the whole thing is one number as opposed to a date. I'm not sure. There's a bunch of questions I have about this album name. Like I've said before as well, I don't like to look these things up. This is where Steve is good for.
Although I'm not sure on the Roman numerals though.
No,
I didn't actually notice them on the cover when I was looking at the cover online. I didn't notice the Roman numerals.
I didn't either. Yeah, and after doing some research myself, they say that it's actually on the album, but then I looked at the cover and I'm like, where?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
We're on. So I'm happy you pointed that out because I was kind of looking for the same thing. Because it says that it's written in Roman numerals on the album cover, and I'm like, all I see is Van Halen in big letters. I don't see anything that says 1984.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what most of their albums are. It's like Van Halen 1, Van Halen 2, Van Halen 3. Yeah.
I dig it though.
Dive it down.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah, but see, this is what I was wondering. And again, like I just said, I don't look things up because I like to speculate and not ever actually learn anything. I was wondering, because the album came out in 1983. So is it just a futuristic-y sounding album title? Or is it a George Orwell reference? Like,
I was thinking that's what I thought originally.
Yeah.
Did they not then maybe intend to bring it out in 84? Or maybe it's just like just to bring it out the year before, so you're ahead of the game. So maybe that's. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, it does open with that 1984 track, which is just very. I mean,
futuristic.
It doesn't sound that futuristic-y, I guess. It's just Eddie playing in C, on the keys, but just before jump. But I'm not sure. It's next time we do a Van Halen, let's get David Lee Roth on and ask him because he'll give us a straight answer. Ugh. You ever hear David Lee Roth do an interview?
Mm-hmm.
No.
He's like your crazy uncle that has all the greatest stories, but everything that he says is the funniest thing in the world to him. Like he'll say something like, "It's Sammy Hagar's always talking. All of his lyrics have love. Why can't this be love? And I ain't talking about love." Oh my God, it's unbearable. But it's very interesting at the same time. Everybody's got a friend or a relative like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the so I don't know how well versed you guys are in Van Halen in general. Like,
I'm not at all. All I know is jump.
Oh,
I'm not far off you.
Album.
As a
Okay,
guitar
yeah.
player, I'm disgusted with myself because I just think of Eddie as, great guitar player and Beat It and stuff like that. I whenever I've listened to Van Halen as a band, it never, ever, ever made me want to listen to it.
Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Van Halen. Is it Van Halen or Van Halen?
Van Halen.
Van Halen.
It's a Dutch name.
Van Halen. Van Halen.
Halen.
There you go.
Halen.
Yeah.
Van Halen.
Not Van Helsing. That's Dracula's enemy.
Yeah, that's the vampire guy. Yeah.
That's Hugh
Van
Jackman.
Halen.
Is it Tupac or Tupac? This is how you sound out.
I thought it was Tupac.
Tupac. That's it.
But anyway, Van Halen. So he was the guitar player on Beat It, Michael Jackson.
Well, he played the guitar
guitar
solo, not the guitar riff.
The guitar riff is played by the guitar.
just
That was
the solo.
Steve Lukather from Toto.
from
That's
Toto.
crazy.
They wrote a lot on that album actually. Well, they wrote Human Nature and different stuff.
Oh man, yeah.
He
man.
one-taked it too. One-taked it.
The solo.
Yeah, because you can hear in the Beat It guitar solo before the guitar actually starts playing. You hear the door knock. It's someone knocking in the studio, knocking the door in the studio,
I gotta listen to that.
and they just left it in.
It's one of my favorite sounds.
It's
I gotta
badass.
listen to that.
If you actually look into it, there's a bit of a myth about that, whether it's someone banging in the studio, it's him hitting the guitar. There's a few different people say. I like to think it's somebody on the studio going, Eddie, like, bam, bam, bam.
Eddie, go.
Go. Like,
And go.
like,
Yeah.
go right now.
It's
Well,
one of my
yeah,
favorite sounds on any
I mean-
record because it's just. Doop, 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 doop.
Dude,
That's
man, as a
crazy.
guitar player, man, as a
That guitar
as a
solo.
guy that has to actually play this shit like live in front of people, there's I'm a career cover guitarist essentially. So I'm generally very good at sounding like someone else. It is a nightmare when someone goes, "And we're gonna do a Van Halen song." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, you got to put that work in.
It's so well, yeah, and not because like what he play. It's just really hard to sound like him.
Wow.
Like because he's just so. I mean, you hear it when you hear the jump solo, or the jump solo is a great example actually because it just comes out of nowhere, goes in no specific direction. It's just and then it's over. And then there's this big keys solo thing that makes a lot more sense,
Right.
but is way cheesier. Yeah, yes,
Right,
but the
right,
guitar
right.
solo is so badass, but you have to play the guitar solo. You have to play that guitar solo because there's
Yeah.
nothing else you can do. Because it's
Yeah,
just, it's out of place in the most in place way. And everything that he does is like that. And it doesn't matter how cheesy the music gets or even just like the guitar riffs. Like if you listen to, say, like the first Van Halen album, like it's all the riffs are pretty, like, you'd think they're pretty straightforward, but they're not. They're just, everything's just so specific and so different to everything else.
Mhm.
Like if you take someone like a Steve Vai or a Joe Satriani, who are kind of like the next generation after Eddie, at least in terms of that, like, pyrotechnic-y sort of guitar style that he pioneered, they make so much more sense.
Yeah.
Like it's way more thought out with it, whereas Eddie's just got his own thing going on, and he's always had his own thing going on. And
Yeah. Yeah. You
yeah,
can
I mean,
definitely tell.
I can figure it out, but it's just, you're adding a few hours to my day
Mm.
to
Just-
get like that one song out,
That's the first song that ever made me want to play electric guitar. I was a massive Michael
Wow.
Jackson fan, and it took me until I was like 15 to hear that song like with new ears and go, I want to play guitar. I didn't realize I wanted to play guitar. I didn't realize until 15,
Yeah.
16.
That's crazy, man, because that's like still one of the songs that every time I got to play it, it makes me want to quit fucking guitar. Like,
That's a
every
bad
time
solo,
I'm like,
man.
every time, especially when someone wants to do it in a different key.
Oh, God, yeah. No, I've done it. Someone said,
That,
do it in
like-
D. Do it in D. I'm like, oh, don't do it in D.
Yeah.
D's okay.
you gotta
C
drop
is the
D.
worst one.
Oh, C. I think it's C. You've got to.
Yeah, but when they do C, it's like because like harmonics and like I said before, like pyrotechnic stuff,
Yeah.
like the
There's a lot of open
the
strings
really
as
the,
well.
What,
the fancy bells and whistles parts, like it's kind of like they're so specific a lot of the time that you just have to either give up on them
Mhm.
or you have to figure out a completely different way to get it in the new key. Like it's just a nightmare. This is why like I'm always terrified when I got to play a Van Halen song, just because of the amount of extra thought that has to go into the cover, And
Yeah.
like I've said before, I think I said this with one of the Hendrix episodes. Like at least in the guitar world, everybody there always seems to be like a duality. There's always like a diode of guitar players every generation that everybody gets everything from. So you had, you have Hendrix and Clapton are the two big ones, the previous generation.
Yeah.
Shit. I just dropped a beer. And the Van Halen thing, it's like Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads, who played for Ozzy Osbourne,
Yeah.
died in a plane crash. Badass motherfucker.
Right. These flying V.
uh,
Well, sort of flying V. It's,
Yeah,
Rhodes.
yeah. But like Randy, they both did a lot of similar things, and they're clearly coming from a very similar place. But where they end up is totally different. Like Eddie is like the wild man, like doing all this crazy stuff, very disjointed sort of way of putting solos together. And then you had Randy, who was, excuse me, Randy, you can hear like the careful placement of each section, and but you as much as you can hear the same beginnings, the end result is vastly different. So it's like, and then after then I guess, I don't know who the duality is after that, but yeah, Eddie's just a nightmare. Like,
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
Do you know on the beat
it makes you love him so much more because it's so hard to replicate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got a very special place in my heart for Eddie.
The Beat It solo is a good example of the way that he thought as well, because it wasn't like that. Like the layout of the song was different. The song that we know as Beat It was different because they always do so many different versions of these songs. And nowadays it's a lot easier because you just digitally just chop things out and put things in, but then it wasn't as easy. But they had stuff and he's like, you want me to solo over it, but it needs to move. It needs to move like in a more interesting way. Originally it was probably just over the it's probably over that, presumably. Right. But then I think he came up with the idea for the jank. I think he came up with the idea for that, and then had the movement of the chords behind it, leading up to the big crescendo. Because then you could crescendo with the guitar at the end to finish the piece. Like, genius.
That's interesting, actually. Like, I wonder if they copy and pasted essentially. Like,
I think they must have done until they went into the studio. They probably did that for the sake of recording,
the riff,
and then re-recorded at the end. It's sort of like
maybe he just goes, it's more interesting to play over the verse riff. I don't know, but yeah, Wild Man, and I don't know if you know this, Johnny, because you're asking about like the Van Halen name. His brother's the drummer,
right? Because the
Alex.
brother is Alex Van Halen,
who's a badass drummer, by the way.
Yeah.
Like that Hot for Teacher intro is multi-tracked, I believe, but still ridiculous.
Man, you said it before I wanted to talk about it, but like
we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah. Because that's one of my honorable mentions. You know me, but
damn, that's only an honorable mention. Fuck me.
Well, I
must really love some other songs. Fuck.
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Now, before we get into like the track by track sort of part of this, one thing that I really like about Van Halen albums, and it seems like a really consistent thing, is they don't put track lists on the artwork.
Yeah,
they only exist on the actual record, which is like you got to take the actual vinyl.
Yeah,
out,
about to say,
like,
yeah.
oh, there they are.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing fancy about the vinyl. It's just kind of where the information is.
Right.
The only other thing about the artwork before we get off that is I don't know what this is.
That looks like the back of speakers to me from here, but I can't see.
Yeah, is it just speaker cones?
It either looks like eyeballs.
There's a shitload of speaker cones.
looks like some weird trumpet mute. Like
it's like Miles Davis copy and pasted. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Cup holders, like I don't know.
So who we got? By the way, look how cheesy Alex looks. So this is this one here. That's Alex Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie's over here.
Mm-hmm.
They're the two brothers, and then down here you've got Michael Anthony, who is constantly called the secret weapon of Van Halen. He's the one that does all the high vocal harmonies.
Right, yeah. And
throughout the career.
Isn't he bass guitar?
Yeah.
Yes, he's the bass player.
Okay, yeah.
And then you have the man right here, David Lee fucking Roth, which is where the eternal argument about Van Halen is derived. Because Van Halen, after this album, they either fired David Lee Roth or David Lee Roth quit the band, and no one will ever actually know.
Oh, God. They came to an agreement. That's what it was.
Oh, my God, dude. Their history is
never agreed.
It's
they never
so
agreed.
shoddy.
Yeah.
Never. It's ridiculous. Like, the story changes every 10 years, and then they eventually end up with Sammy Hagar, who is an eternally better singer chops wise than David Lee Roth could ever dream of being. But the music became so adult contemporary rock immediately.
Yeah.
And this is why I like that we picked this album, because this album is really, in terms of its kind of style. It's it's like a hybrid between what Van Halen is to most original Van Halen fans and the what we call Van Hagar fans. Like I used to be in this cover band for a good 8 years before I did cruise ships and met you guys. And the eternal argument between me and the bass player Tom was which Van Halen was better. I was like, well, Van Halen with David Lee Roth is so much better. It's so much more fun. And David Lee Roth is just awesome. Like, he can't sing for shit, but he's fucking amazing. He's doing like high kicks and the spandex and got the big hair and all their songs are just fun. Like, everything's fun. And he's like, yeah, but the music is so much better in Van Hagar. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's so cheesy and lame and like. The eternal argument. What do you guys think?
I mean, like I say, I never listened to them that much, but I don't particularly like
you've heard
the later stuff. I don't like the
you
later
guys were
stuff
both on the same ship as me, and they have that song.
Right Now.
Right now, wait till tomorrow.
That's a tune.
Hate that
That's
song.
from the following. That's from the next album after the one we're talking about now.
I mean,
With
I
Sammy.
think that's a great song. I think it's a really
Great
good song.
tune.
We've all heard it a lot,
but it's super cheesy in comparison to, say, Hot for Teacher. But compared to, say, like Jump, it's pretty. Actually, not even Jump. I'll Wait is my good example of like the ultimate hybrid.
Yeah.
Cheesy synthy stuff, but with David Lee Roth on it instead of Sammy. Like, I was like, why is this song on this album and not on the next one? What do you guys think?
Well, I don't know, man.
I just wanted a giant Van Halen rant. I'm sorry.
No. But
I love Van Halen.
but I'm here. I'm weird though, but I am here for the cheesy rock. You know what I'm saying? You guys know how much Johnny Jones loves his rock ballads.
Michael
You know
McDonald.
what I'm saying? Yeah, you know. But I don't know, like even like with this album, I didn't really find like too many like ballads, you know what I'm saying? And it's weird because I was looking forward to some, you know. But then I realized after listening to it, and it's only 9 tracks. It's like a 35-minute album, really good listen. But I realized like how much these cats like really like to party. You know what I'm saying?
That's all it is, yeah.
Yeah, man. And like, you know, because a part of me, I sat back and I was just like, well, because like I look at him as like, because like one of my favorite like rock bands from that era is probably Journey. And second would probably be Foreigner. I love some Foreigner, man.
Right.
You know, the saxophone player, the Lou Graham's on vocals, like those guys are like, those guys are it for me. But like, you know, those cats, man, both of those bands, they just had those rock ballads. And I guess like me as not like a big rock fan, I just assume that in that time period, you had, those rock out songs, those party rock songs, but then you had to slow it down real quick. You know what I'm saying? Look,
You've got to have the ballad, the power ballad.
Right, the power ballads, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's nothing like it. So my mind just went immediately there where I was like, all right, you know, let's see if they got like let's see what the ballads are talking about. And then they had none. And I was like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Van Halen don't do ballads until Sammy Hagar gets in the band, man.
But like after doing some research and like kind of looking at like some old like photos of them and everything and really like analyzing the type of group that they were, I was like, okay, so they just like to party, you know what I'm saying? And I dig it, you know, I'm here for it. But yeah, I don't know, man.
It's interesting you mentioned Journey though, because and Foreigner, because once you get past this album to the next one, that's exactly where Van Halen go.
Wow.
They go so heavy on the power ballads, it's unbelievable.
And do you think think they were trying to like follow the norm, like everybody else is doing that, so they were like, you know what, let's give the people what they want?
I don't think.
You know, cats do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever really know. But Eddie was in charge of where it went musically at the end of the day. And I don't know whether he that's just the music that he wanted to make anyway,
Right.
or if he heard that coming
Right.
and thought, I'm gonna do that, but way more extreme
Yeah.
than these other guys, or if he just saw dollar signs. Like I don't know.
Yeah, because ain't nothing.
But the
ain't nothing like
second-
good power ballad, man.
But man, the second 5150 comes out, it's like they come out with "It's got what it takes." So tell me, why can't this be love?
I like that song though. I do like that one.
It's a great song. It went straight to number one. Like it was their biggest hit. Yeah, that thing in the middle, like
Yeah. Sounds like George Benson or something.
yeah, with Sammy Hagar singing the guitar riff with Eddie. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's not what Van Halen was about though. Before that album came out, this is the last album of the original Van Halen. And I tell you one thing, they were always good at, even with the newer generations of it. They know how to open an album. There's that 1984 track on this one, but it's really Jump is the opening track.
Yeah, 1984 is just
They
part
always
of Jump. It just sounds like an introduction to Jump. That's what it is, and it's just
on Van Halen 1, like Eruption opens the album, but it goes into You Really Got Me by the Kinks. Like that cover. But so Eruption is just an intro to You Really Got Me.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, they know how to open an album, man. And they always seem to open it with like the big first hit. But so Johnny, Jump. So you just said like Jump is the
reason,
the one that you knew.
Right. And let me share this with the listeners and the viewers. When the three of us heard about Eddie passing, we were like, oh man, we got to do, like, even me, like, I'm not like a huge like Van Halen fan, so I was just like, well, I mean, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's cover one of their albums. Grant was like, oh man, like, I got so many albums, so we can do this, do that. And I was like, well, look, let's just do whatever album Jump is on. You know what I'm saying? Whichever one, because that's the only one I know. But it's such a great song,
I think I gave you two, right? I gave you this or Van Halen 1.
Right, and I was like, nah, let's do 1984. And what's funny is, like, I had already heard some of the songs before, like on, just like on TV or movies or whatever. But Jump, man, is just that one. For those who also know me, like, personally, you guys know I'm like a synth head, man. Like, I love synthesizers. So that was like another reason for me, like, choosing this album too as well. Because I'm like, bro, that's like a classic. When you think synthesizer in rock, like, Jump is like top right there, like top 3. Like, for
It's so fun to play live, Jump.
Oh yeah, I can believe it.
But also, the synths apparently is what broke up the band.
You're lying.
Because get this, and this surprised me so much when I heard about it, is apparently David Lee Roth hated having synths.
You're lying. That's crazy.
Yeah, right. It's just like, I would have thought of all the 4 guys, he would have liked it. Him and Eddie would have been the ones that liked it.
Right.
But I think the other 2 guys just let Eddie do whatever he wanted, and then they just went with it. And David Lee Roth, because I'm the singer, man.
Right. I'm the lead or whatever.
Yeah, he's out there doing spins and high kicks and karate and shit.
Yeah,
in spandex and and he's the one that didn't like the synth. I don't know.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy. It
surprise,
works,
right?
It works.
Oh, it's so good.
It does work.
It's very timely as well. Perfect time for the synths to kick in then, because that's what took over the 80s from that point, pretty much.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
And the track listing on this album is really cool too, because it's like we said, it opens with Jump, and everybody in the world knows Jump. Like, everybody knows what Jump's about.
My mom knows Jump. She doesn't even listen to rock. Like, she probably doesn't even know the name of the band, but she knows the synth. And
everybody knows that intro.
Might as well jump. Like, I'm telling you, you got to roll with like she knows that part. Like,
Song about suicide.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Off the top
Crazy,
of the
right? Just jump off the building.
Might as well jump.
David Lee Roth, he wasn't lying when he said, "And I ain't talking about love." He doesn't sing about that sort of shit.
That man was crazy as hell.
He likes to sing. He likes to sing about dark shit in the most fun way.
But right, because I was about to say it's funny that he's singing about something so dark, but yet it sounds so bright. You know,
Yeah,
what I'm
it's either
saying?
that or very obvious party song
Right
with
right,
David
right.
Lee Roth. Yeah. So, but it goes straight from Jump into Panama, which is
Yeah.
the one of the other, like, I think there's 3 real like staples of the band on this album, and yeah, Panama's the next one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, it's got
It was
that great monologue by David Lee Roth that after the guitar solo, he's like, "It's getting hot tonight. I'm gonna see the road from the heat coming off of it. So I'll reach back
Terrifying.
between my legs and ease the seat back." It's like, what are you talking about, bro?
It's weird, man.
Oh, he's so weird.
Can I just tell you something?
The
That
songs are
Roth
about a
apparently-
car, right? Yeah.
But Roth apparently wrote these lyrics because he's being accused by a reporter of singing only about women, partying, and fast cars. And then he realised he'd never written a song about a fast car. So he wrote this song.
Yeah, so he
about
just wrote a
fast
song
car.
about cars.
He's like, you only write
He's
songs about
such-
women, partying, and fast cars. Like, you. Oh, actually, I haven't written. Yeah, all right, fine. Fuck you.
No. Sammy Hagar was the one that wrote about fast cars.
Mm-hmm.
I Can't Drive 55.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was his hit. But yeah, there's that.
And
Yeah,
the,
that's the one. That's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah.
Man, can you imagine like being the engineer in the studio for that song? like back up from the mic, man. Like,
Sammy, relax.
right. Like, that's crazy, man. Like that song sounds so good. Just like, you know, just like sonically, it sounds like really good.
Yeah, right. That's
Good
the
stuff.
classic Sammy Hagar.
Classic.
Name one other Sammy Hagar tune.
No, I can't.
That isn't a Van Halen song. Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, I can't.
But I Can't Drive 55, man. That's some dope shit. Then after Panama, we've got Top Jimmy, which is like, it's like that's when they bring it down and
Yeah.
go kind of like acoustic-y.
cool guitar stuff.
But it
on
ain't a ballad. It's faster than all the other tracks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And Drop Dead Legs.
Yeah.
You know, they always close the side out with like a pretty like almost like a ZZ Top style sort of rock song. You know,
It gets back to the sexism that rock music is
Yeah.
sort of known for, I suppose, at that point. It still is.
I don't know, like, yeah, but they seem to I don't know. Tell me if you guys think differently, but it seems to me that they like Van Halen tend to organize their albums pretty top heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like they put this is the really nice thing about doing vinyl impressions, by the way, is like track listing becomes way more important because you get the 2 sides to the record.
Right.
It's like, this makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Like, why is this ballad followed by this really fast song, but then the next ballad is like 2 songs later? It's like, because they're on different sides.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
'Cause,
think,
you know-
like that's definitely a time period thing too. Because like nowadays nobody's doing that.
Nah.
You know what
No
I'm
one
saying?
gives
Like
a shit anymore, right?
sounds like there's no dynamic in like, you know, like your track listing. And what I mean by dynamic is like, you know, the album doesn't flow. You know, it's just like all random.
Yeah, it doesn't need to, I guess, right?
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Like vinyl, man, like I think people kept that in mind when they were recording and putting albums together. Like they kept the track listing in mind because they knew people would be listening on vinyl or listening on like cassettes and things like that. And they're like, well, let's make it flow like this. And it takes a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
It takes
Yeah.
a lot of thought.
And then, yeah, absolutely. Then to have the to open the second side of the album, you begin with the song that is the sole reason why certain music videos can only be played after certain times of the day.
Yeah.
Hut for Teacher. You know, David Lee Roth at one point, I believe he replaced Howard Stern
That doesn't surprise me.
on the radio. Yeah, like Howard Stern left, I guess when he went to satellite radio, and David Lee Roth replaced him. They're like, yeah, we'll give you. How about we put David Lee Roth on instead? I was like, damn.
No,
There you go, Johnny. That's a sample of. You see what I mean? It's exactly. It's exactly what they sound like. They're
Right.
goofy, but they're a product of their time, and
Yeah,
it's
no, it was
great.
definitely comedy.
Oh yeah,
And I love
the
like
orange suits.
I even like how like they introduce like the mini versions of themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like
we were just
know,
talking about the end of it. At the end of it, they do the like we won't watch the whole video now, but you know how in those like '80s teenage high school movies they always kind of give you the screenshot of each character and it tells you where they ended up in life.
gotta watch.
Like it does that, and it's
Oh
like
man,
you
I
know,
gotta watch the rest, bro.
you know, they all have
after
just
this.
yeah, they all have like ridiculous futures and all that sort of shit. But yeah, it's a brilliant. Yeah, see, and that video caused. I think it was that video and "Darling Nikki" by Prince from Purple Rain. Those two videos caused all the drama about censorship. They're the reason that you have the label on the album covers, like on CD
Right.
covers throughout our entire lives.
Yeah, parental
It's- yeah.
advisory, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
They're the reason that Frank Zappa had to go to court and say that, he said something along the lines of like the way that they were proposing censorship is the equivalent of trying to treat dandruff by means of decapitation, which I thought was one of the best lines ever. But yeah, "Hot for Teacher" is maybe the greatest ever example of a Van Halen song.
Yeah.
No, that's hilarious.
And then after that, you have "I'll Wait," which is the lame synthy ballad thing that sounds really strange for David Lee Roth to sing.
But guess who partly wrote that song, Johnny?
Who?
Who do you think would write that song? I'll wait. This is down to Johnny. I think you managed to mention this person every episode. And here's
Oh, no,
another.
it wasn't Mike McDonald.
It was.
It was.
lying.
It was.
He wasn't
lying.
credited though.
Who
In the American version, they didn't put his songwriting credit on the American version, I think, but he was in the English. I think that's correct. I could be wrong, but let me have a look.
Well,
You know
he
what?
probably didn't.
I
want
do.
his
I do
credit
have the
on
album here. Hang on.
Yeah. What do you have in that album? Does it have it on there?
Let's have a look. Because like we said before, they're pretty light on the information. Van Halen. Drums, background vocals, sound engineer, second engineer, art directors. For fan club and merchandise information, write to Van Halen, PO Box, and manufactured. I don't think they mention it.
Yeah, so it's on one of them. It's on one part of the world and not the other part for whatever. Maybe for reasons that he shouldn't have done it, or I don't know. Probably some sort of legal reason.
That's hilarious that he did that. And Johnny's like, hey, by the way, was that your favorite song, Johnny? Besides maybe Jump?
Yeah, it's actually one of them.
Yeah, I was like, I knew that would be on your top list.
It's
anyway,
actually one of them.
regardless. Say, hey, Johnny, you are nothing if not consistent.
Yeah, you know it, man.
That's beautiful.
You know it. But man, like I like it even more now that my man
Right?
Mike, you know what I'm saying? Big Mac, Mikey Mac, you know? Jesus
Yeah, and,
Christ. And it makes sense too.
Yeah, and I think as far as I'm concerned, like the next two tracks, they do the same thing. Like they kind of close out with like I like that very ZZ Top style sort of,
Right.
you know, just sort of fun, non-offensive rock song. Go Gone Wild, or and what's the last song? The last song is
House of Pain.
rap group name, yeah, House of Pain. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. By the way, just side note, Edan's just sent me a message. He's trying to buy a camera and he wanted to say hello. So, hello from
Oh,
Edan.
so
Hey,
you done? I
Don.
said, what's up, man?
Oh my God, so beautiful.
So beautiful. You guys
So
are,
beautiful. Oh my
are
God.
talking and, having a good time.
That's a
my
shorty
man.
right there. The oh my
So
God.
shout out to
Edan.
Edan. There you go.
We love you,
Yeah,
Edan.
man. That's
Bonjour,
my
ça
man.
va? Ça va
Buy a
bien?
mug.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to send him a mug. You know, is he in Switzerland? He's back at home.
I don't know. He's
He
he's
done
not,
around
he's
the
gone
world.
offline
Oh
again.
my
He's gone offline.
God.
He comes back on, I'll ask him. But yeah, I think he's in Switzerland. I mean, if you're in Europe at the minute, you're pretty much stuck in the country you get to. So yeah,
Yeah.
probably. But there's quite a few of our friends are now on a ship in just off the coast of Singapore, and there's quite a few in Miami now, getting ready to join another ship. So it's starting again.
Oh yeah.
We're on our way. We're on our way back to the
are.
top.
We are.
But yeah, so guys, let's open the forum up to you to what do you think about the album? Because I feel like I've just been ranting about how great Van Halen are for an hour.
No, I mean, that's what you do when you have the actual record and you actually love the group. You know, I mean, you go off about it. Yeah, man. Like I said, Jump for me was like I said, the whole reason why I wanted us to do this joint. I'll wait. I'm still blown that Mike McDonald was like the co-writer, and I just like really quickly like Googled it, and like Mike talks about it like in an interview or whatever, and he's like, yeah, somebody hit me up, and I can't remember exactly who he said it was, but he said somebody hit me up and was like, yeah, man, got this band that's looking for, like they need some lyrics for this track and yada yada yada. So why don't you come on down? And he just like, just went down and just did his thing, I guess. So yeah, but like even to me, I feel like I'll Wait still wasn't like ballady enough, if that's a word. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I was looking for like some whoa, like like some like really like what I'm saying? Like break it down. Like I've been waiting for a girl like you. Like I was looking for that kind of ballad. You feel me? Yeah. So
I like that the melody you just sang like.
That's
That's a Van Halen song too, by the way.
It is right.
It's not. No, it's not. Is it?
That's Love Walks In. That's Love
Right.
Walks In, which
Yeah.
is a song that Sammy Hagar
Is
wrote
it?
about aliens.
Oh,
I thought
man.
that song. Like, da, 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 da. I thought that was by.
Same. You to feel the same. Love come walking in.
But
That's on the
nah,
next
you,
album.
You know that one, Steve. That's
No, it's
that's
Journey.
Journey.
Journey. There's Journey. That's what he
Yeah,
was
that's
singing. He was
Journey.
singing Journey. Yeah, there. Oh.
Yeah, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, it's Journey. That's what I was trying to think in my head of like which song is
That's
it?
that's Faithfully.
Faithfully.
Yeah, faithfully. That's it. Yeah.
Oh man, great song. But yeah, man, like I was looking for that. So it's like I guess I'll Wait was like the closest you can get to it. You know what I'm saying? But it was
You were waiting for a breath.
I was just waiting for just like some soul, man. You know what
soul,
I'm saying?
man.
But yeah, definitely had some soul. And then Drop Dead Legs, crazy track, crazy song. But like I said, like Hot for Teacher was alright because I heard you guys talking highly about it, like when we were getting ready to do this vinyl impressions. And he was like, "Yeah, man, Hot for Teacher, man, that was the one right there." And boom, boom. And I'm like, all right, let me check it out. And I'm listening to it, and I'm just like, okay, I get like the whole theme and everything. The video also explains a lot.
Yeah,
so
I think
it-
once you see
yeah.
the video, it's like, oh, this is what Van Halen are.
Yeah, like it makes a
yeah.
lot more sense because like there's a little bit of commentary like in the beginning of the song, where he's like, "Man, I wonder what the teacher's gonna look like this year" and all that stuff. So I'm just like, all right, And then you try to listen to the lyrics, and it's like a part of me at first I was like, I don't really get it. I had to listen to it again, and I was like, all right, I kind of get it. But what took me out in the very beginning was those drums, man. In the very beginning of the track, I was like, Jesus Christ, like that's what really kind of got me there. I was like, oh man, yeah, like those drums were like just crazy, yo. Like even like throughout like the rest of the song too, he was like really going off, like in a good way. So yeah, but yeah, man, like those are like my top 3, top 4, top 3 with an honorable mention or whatever,
Fair, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. For me, Hot for Teacher has to be one, just because it sort of just encapsulates the band and that time. It's just I say I'm not the biggest Van Halen fan in the world. I don't listen to Van Halen. It's not a band that I ever think to put on, but that song is just fun. It's just Eddie's riffs in it are so cool as well. That just the cool little like double stop stuff. I just don't know. It's really good. God, I hate saying this, but Jump. But just because, once again, it's just that song. It's just the song.
You
it's
got
just
to, bro.
it's not a song. If that's on the radio station, I'll generally turn it over. But for me, it's all about the guitar solo. Again, it's just Van Halen. Just hearing the way he plays that guitar, it's just and Top Jimmy, I think.
Nice.
The title alone, Top Jimmy, just
Top
was like
Jimmy, yeah.
it made me chuckle a little bit. I was like, oh, I wonder what that song's about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I can't remember who it's about, actually. I can tell you, but I can't remember because I thought it might be Hendrix or something, but it's not at all. It's some band. If I could find, I could tell you. Maybe I can't tell you because I can't find it. Oh yeah, tribute to James Paul Consek, because the band was called Top Jimmy and the Rhythm Pigs, which I think is a great name for a band. They were like a punk roots music scene, a rock and R&B band from the late 70s from LA.
That makes sense. Because one thing that would like shock people about okay, let's play a game. Of all the four guys in Van Halen, which one do you think has real like serious jazz and classical music training?
Eddie.
No,
That would be the first answer, right?
I know he doesn't. It'll be something. It'll probably be David Lee Roth.
It is David
Really?
Lee Roth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Eddie,
wait,
Eddie had
wait.
classical piano lessons a little bit, but David Lee Roth actually went to a music school, a conservatory, and his encyclopedic knowledge of music and just art in general is kind of like, ridiculous.
So wait, because David was like he was the singer, but like he played guitar as well.
He plays a little guitar. Like he's not a great musician, but he's a great like scholar of
That's crazy.
like he's the great scholar that's never written a book.
wow.
But just about like art in general. He's he's also a licensed paramedic.
Yeah, he brought himself back from the dead about 7 times, probably.
Yeah, let that sink in. That David Lee Roth for a good period of time was riding around in ambulances and saving people's lives.
He probably just gave them like heroin and coke. He's like, "Oh, you're fine now."
Well, no, he's said in interviews he's like that his best quality was his voice, like calming people down, going, "You're gonna be just fine." He's like, he put his radio voice on for people. You're gonna be just fine.
Nobody
Or
needs
whatever
two
it is
legs.
that he does. Yeah. But yeah, he so he's the one that writes all those like kind of those bouncy sort of bluegrassy folky sounding sort of songs. Like those country influence sort of things, like a Top Jimmy or they all come from David Lee Roth. There's a song called Ice Cream Man, which is on their first album, which is where David plays all the guitar until the band actually kicks in. So there's just the acoustic track, and he's just going, "On a hot summer day, you need somebody to keep you cool. I got all the flavors, guaranteed to satisfy." It's funny to watch that live because he'll sing a verse, but then he'll be like just playing slide guitar and actually playing some really like earthy, legitimate sounding kind of old 1930s Delta blues style sort of slide guitar while he's just talking to the audience. And you're watching him and you're just like, man, this motherfucker can, like, I don't know if he can play, but I believe him. Like there's something like you're watching him going, I'm not sure if he can actually play very well, but everything that he's doing sounds so authentic.
Yeah.
And it's so strange to watch someone who, like, from a technical level is just so not talented be so good at so many things. But not good, but he's good. You know what? I don't know how to describe it. He's just such a unique character in art. Like, I don't know, if you look him up now, by the way, he's really into tattoos right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's his current business, I believe, is a line of like tattoo oils and sunscreens and things like that.
That's a
But
good
he
business to
has
get into.
he has maybe the dopest tattoo in the world. He has a tattoo suit.
What?
Like it's like it's like a half sleeves and a vest, so his entire back's done, and he has like the outer 2/3 of his torso down to about his belly button, and then so it looks like like he's wearing a vest or a waistcoat, depending on which of the two countries you guys are in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all like floral, like very like all these like Japanese style like floral designs, and it's fucking crazy.
Cool. Sounds painful.
Like, Johnny, I see you on your phone, Johnny. Look it up. Just look
Yeah.
up David Lee Roth tattoos.
I'm gonna check it
And
out.
you'll
But
see
I
what
was
I'm talking
actually
about.
while you were doing that, I was looking up the synthesizer that was used in Jump, and it was
Dude, you don't even need to worry about it anymore. If you just get like Ableton Live, they have.
Oh yeah, I'm hip. They got the plugin for it. It's
It's called 1984, I think.
Oh snap! Really?
There's a plugin called 1984, and that's just the Jump sound.
Oh no, I was actually.
Steven knows
talking
about it because me and
Mm-hmm.
Steven have played Jump before, and I've used it live.
Yeah.
Get the
What
laptop
keys
out.
jump in? So not long. Is it in
Yeah,
C?
man. It's a good synth. It's a good classic, like sawtoothy sort of synth. But yeah, like David Lee Roth is such an interesting dude.
He's got a song called Tattoo.
Yeah, that's from like their 2008 album or so. Like they had a reunion album, and it's okay.
Bro, he was on Shade 4-5 with Sway in the morning.
Really?
You know what I'm talking about?
Dude. He while you were out of the room, me and Steve were talking. Yeah, he replaced Howard Stern
Did he?
on the radio. Yeah. Dude, he's just kind of he just like jumps. He goes out of the spotlight for a decade, and it looks like his entire life is falling apart. But he's not actually. His life isn't falling apart. He's gone off to like get medical CPR training to go and like ride ambulances and do house calls, or he's making a TV show, or he's just one of these guys that just like lives the coolest life in the world. It seems.
Yeah, he's a weird cat.
He's such a weird guy. But if you look up his tattoos, they're ridiculous. And I don't think he got them till he was like 60. It's just.
I've
He's a
just
bizarre
remembered
guy.
Eat 'em and Smile.
Oh, yeah, that's right. His solo career. Fuck.
Steve Vai played guitar in it.
He
That's why
hi-
it's just.
And Billy Sheehan
And Billy Sheehan. Oh my god.
on the bass. Yeah.
That's a crazy.
He basically
guitar
just
player.
he tried to make a more ridiculous version of Van Halen as his band. But his biggest hit was I'm just a gigolo,
Yeah.
and everywhere I go, people hear the song I'm playing. That was his hit.
I
Like,
can't remember
nothing he
any
does
songs
makes
off Eat 'em and
sense.
Smile. I can't remember. I'm just looking at the track list now. I can't remember how any of them go.
Well,
It's been that long.
But before that, he had this EP where he just did a bunch of covers. Like he did the Beach Boys song where he's like, "I wish they all could be
Oh, God. Really?
California girls." David Lee Roth. It's like, what are you doing? But it worked. It's like, but he can't sing. But it worked.
Oh,
It doesn't
'cause
make sense.
It's just a gigolo.
guys.
and-
It doesn't
and
make sense.
I
Yeah.
ain't got nobody.
Yeah, that's the
And
second half. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like the magic of David Lee Roth, and that's why so many people are just so religiously pro like original Van Halen lineup, and they won't listen to the synthy Van Hagar from the mid to late '80s. They just won't listen to it because they're like, nah, like without David Lee Roth, like the magic's gone.
Can I just say that?
Because you can't describe what makes them good about David Lee Roth. You
Yeah.
just can't figure it out.
Yeah.
you
Like
know-
even that song that I'll Wait song, it's like he doesn't sing that great. And it sounds a little weird, but it's like, yeah, this is like still like Johnny's favorite song on the album.
It's crazy. When he did his cover of California Girls, he got Carl Wilson from the Beach Boys to sing backing vocals on it.
Dude, he's
You're doing a cover of
lived the
somebody's
charmed
song
life.
and they sing backing
It's,
vocals with you. That's crazy. That's- oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love this
He's-
album. I like this
he's
album.
an
I didn't
intangible.
expect to. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. I know I've heard it before years ago, but I tend to be like everybody who, you just hear the hits of Van Halen, the big ones are right here, right now, whatever it's called and stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it doesn't speak to me that much apart from the guitar playing. Like, that's the only thing for me. It's not the type of music I'd listen to. I'd rather listen to Megadeth, which, is like,
Man.
there's random stuff at a similar sort of time. And Megadeth probably slightly after. Oh, no, that's it. But, because that's a bit more tongue-in-cheek, but also heavier. I think it just sits on the poppier side of heavy for me for a lot of it.
Yeah.
But some great stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
obviously.
straddle the line. Van Halen.
Definitely. But there's some amazing stuff, some amazing guitar riffs, and just the feels that, I mean, you can tell they're a sick band playing when they nail it. It's like, Christ. Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like this is the moment before they. This is just the moment before they became super serious
Yeah,
about their music. It's got that attitude to it. You see, like I can't believe neither of you picked Panama as a top 3.
I was. It was that I jumped to
it.
Yeah,
But you both explained. But I can hear when you explain how you feel about the album and the band in general. It's like, yeah, I can see why you didn't pick Panama, because like Panama's
thought
like
about it, though.
old school.
I mean, riff
Like once they
it's
play,
amazing.
once they put Jump on, straight after Jump they put
Yeah.
Panama straight after it. To go, don't worry, we're still Van Halen.
Yeah,
That's
It's
kind of
amazing
where
guitar
that
riff stuff,
sits
innit?
in the album. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
it reminds me of computer
It's
games
catchy.
like Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that. That's what you think of when you're
Yes.
driving. Yeah,
Yes. Like, I was thinking like 8-bit. Like, I'm just like
Yeah.
like playing like some arcade game, and it's like, no, I'm playing like one of those like arcade like racing games. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Man.
it's like
pole
Stranger
position.
Things. You're in Stranger Things and you're playing on the racing
Right,
game,
yeah.
and
I still don't know. Where, like, there's that guitar line at the end of the solo, before the monologue. I guess like. I don't know what that reminds me of, but it always reminds me of something that isn't Panama. And for my entire life, I have not been able to figure it out.
One day it'll come to you, man.
yeah, it's
Sounds
struck with me
dreamy.
before as well. It's not like Third Rock from the Sun by Hendrix, is it? Is it not something like that? I'm just trying to think about that sort of floaty.
No, that's I'm Too Sexy. We've talked about
I
this.
forgot about that. Too sexy
Which
for my
is-
food.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, God.
Too sexy for my shirt.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, I don't know. What else would I say? I mean, I have to put Hot for Teacher on like my top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I mean, it's impossible not to if you're a guitar player, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like Top Jimmy because it reminds me of how cool David Lee Roth is.
Yeah, I just looked up his tattoo, man. Like, it's
It's
ridiculous.
so
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And he left like the middle, just
Yeah, because
like,
it's the tattoo. It's called a tattoo suit.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Very
it's
crazy.
Yeah, and I think if you go to his like whatever his website is for the oils and lotions and whatever, there's like this thing of him and like a Japanese person, and they have like the same same but different. They both have tattoo suits on, so he's like his own model.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he's just an interesting guy.
But yeah, man, it's good stuff.
Yeah, and then straight after this album, they broke up.
Right.
It's
It was over.
like
That
all the
was
best
it.
albums.
Yeah, right.
And if not, should have been.
Yeah, they either die or break up.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you're not
but
talented
I would
enough, you
love-
live forever. There you go.
I would love to see a movie, a biopic of this band. You know, I'm just curious. Cause yeah, like just hearing all of these crazy stories, and like after doing like the little bit of research that I've done, I'm like, oh man, like these guys had a pretty interesting,
If you want to
like,
hear some crazy stories, read the Motley Crue's book called The Dirt.
Oh, well, I seen the movie of that one. and
I
was
watched a bit of the
crazy.
movie, but the book is way further. They can't
Yeah.
show stuff that they put in the book on the they can't.
Oh man, yeah, because that
Man,
movie
there's
was
some-
ridiculous.
yeah.
I was like, how
There's
did you
some-
guys
there's some-
survive?
There's some great autobiographies written by rock stars.
Yeah.
I remember reading a Keith Richards one, and the first chapter is all about him wondering where the cocaine he hid in the door of a car is. From like the 70s. He's like, yeah, we abandoned that car somewhere. So somewhere someone's got a car that's got like $200,000 of cocaine just wedged into the door under the window.
Jesus.
Another good one.
It's-
Marilyn Manson's is a good one as well. That's good.
Man, I don't know what we're gonna do next. I think it's so next next
Johnny's.
week is gonna be Johnny's pick because
Yeah,
Johnny's had like 6 weeks of not getting a choice.
Yeah, I know. I had a couple joints lined up. I might do a Michael McDonald joint or a Doobie Brothers joint just to fill in. But I'm gonna look online and see if I can find like some records that I really want to do that I might not have in my collection. So
There you go.
we'll see.
Let's do it.
We'll see. It'll be
All
a
right.
surprise, but I'll definitely let you guys know, and give you guys some time to actually listen to the album
Yeah.
and study and all of that stuff. So
Very, very good. But yeah, like we said, 1984 by Van Halen, real classic if you ask me. And I think the other two guys thoroughly enjoyed it too.
Definitely. Yeah.
Lack of ballads notwithstanding, but either way, this is Bones, Twigs, and Wigs, and we're out.
Did it. I'm not doing it.